Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. And I am Empress Olu. I hope I have met you in peace and joy and with a curious heart and an open mind today. Our topic today is how the promiscuous culture of the West has tricked us. I have been doing a lot of studying since forever. I think I've always adored relationships, and I've always been curious about them, and I've always wanted to know how they work together. I'm a fan of science and nature, and I'm also a fan of evolution because that's just what's going to happen. We are going to evolve. But there's also spirituality, and there's some things that are the law of nature and has always been and will forever be unless this place just is no more. But promiscuous nature, promiscuity, if I can say that correctly, has been pumped into us since adolescence, and it has had a drastic effect on us. This desire of, in my opinion, gluttony, lust, all dealing with lower energies, lower self energies, has really taken the human race far. And even though some of it was under the guise of religion, I see now why some of the rules were there, right? When we are, and y'all will hear me say this a lot in my videos, when we are engaging with another being, we are taking what they got going on. We take upon ourselves their aura. And if you believe in spirits, you're taking on the spirits that are following them, the energies that are on them as well. That's why you can smell them on your sheets when they're gone. That's why, there'd be certain places you go to and you remember them. That's an energetic print that has been left based on that interaction, And when you don't truly know these people in depth, you don't truly always know all the things you are taking into yourself. And I speak more for women because we are the receivers. Men usually, they take in things too, but it's easier for them to transfer from one person to the other because they're the givers. So they can pick something up and give it to someone else, And you notice that trend with STDs, don't we? But you take in things, and I feel like there is a lot of actual mental confusion out here and spiritual confusion because of all of this senseless, frivolous mingling in with one another. The culture has belittled the sacredness of sex. And sex doesn't have to be just sacred in a marriage, but sex is what actually creates a marriage, because you are bounding yourself and fusing and exchanging DNA and liquids with another being. And for that to be seen so lightly without a deeper consideration for what's going on, I feel, in my opinion of what I've noticed, is what's contributing to so much chaos and confusion in the world. I mean, just give an example. There is a young lady Yeah, we're doing the bar hopping culture, right? You see a guy, he looks good, he buys you a few drinks, you let him take you home. You don't know he got witches that unhexed his generation because he had some fucked up people in his family. And you done sat here and slept with him. You don't know what demons were chasing him. But now you all of a sudden having mental issues. You all of a sudden having bad luck. You all of a sudden can't keep money. You all of a sudden looking bad because you interacted with this person and you didn't really know them. And let's not talk less if you have a baby with them, which a lot of us have our accountability for our frivolous actions. And I speak from experience when I say the things I say. So no one can come to my channel talking about I'm condemning or judging anyone, because most of whatever I'm going to have to say comes from my own life experience. And I ask for people to respect me and my platform and my message, as I wish for everyone else to be respected and heard on their own space and platform and profile. Yes, all respect here. Yeah. So the tricking us, right? Or let it be the man, he's just jumping from one woman to the next, to the next, to the next, and isn't thinking about the effects of his behavior onto these women, right? Let it be that he kind of just wooed all of them. There was no deep connection, but these women were seeking deep connections. The amount of broken hearts that comes from that, the amount of women that feel like they've been tricked in that behavior, because you were just wanting to up your body count for your ego. But here it is, you've broken this woman and her, and what she felt was sacred to her by tricking her just because you wanted to get into her pants. You never really had interest of being with her or being honorable and putting her in a space where she wants to be in a fulfilling, whole relationship. Those bring curses. If a woman don't wish you well in this life, it's because of a pain she's had, it's pretty bad. and imagine if you become that guy where you have a horde. What do you call it? Like, just, hundreds of women that are not wishing you well because of how you did them, because you want to be a player. Things accumulate. Energy accumulates, when it's not being transferred, it's not going into a kundalini, it's not going into an infinity, type of motion or energy flow, where it's flowing out of me and into you and back into me, but it's just flowing to everybody else. You're just creating ties with all kinds of people and beings. I feel like for some women, this has an effect on their mental. I'm just gonna be frank. It ain't just the birth control that's making some of these women retarded. I'm just gonna be frank. All them men's you done let in your body, and you don't know how to properly cleanse yourself. You don't know how to keep a proper boundary of standards. They've all left some type of imprint on you, and not to talk less of even a deeper imprint of you've birthed children for all of them, or a majority of them, or anything like that. It will do something to the woman, because by nature, if she's bonding with a man on a level of sexuality, she's now become vulnerable to him, and her hormonal makeup is going to cause her to be attached to him emotionally, and emotional means going into spiritual and mental, all because of this physical interaction. And I feel like if those things were more considered, there would be a higher standard with the dating style here in America. I feel like there would be less diseases being spread around, and more fulfilling, long lasting relationships because of a higher standard of courting and being. In my culture, back in the day, now I don't think too many of them are practicing that now, because again, everyone wants to act like the West, be like the West, and not even truly understanding the impact of the behaviors and the effects of why the things that happened here and why it's happening, and if it's good or not. But it was a case of, you didn't touch a woman, you didn't get to see her body like that until you were sure that you wanted to marry her. You're ready to be respectful and be responsible for her. So that means you did the traditional thing. You go to her family, say you ready for her. You show them through the tests that they give you that you are in a space to be able to provide and take care of her and the offspring that will come from the action you are so turned on and so desiring to fulfill with her. Right? So, and it would be that night, like village-wise, the wedding wasn't complete until they knew you guys had consummated. Okay? I know it's weird though. You thinking your father-in-law down the way, making sure, waiting to hear you to smash his daughter. Oh my gosh. But the culture was grown. They grown. They understand, oh, you hit a certain age, your physical being has needs. But we're going to take care of this sacred act through ceremonies and rituals and creating a culture around it. So no, we have less possibilities for bastards, for children that are raised in imbalance with the masculine and feminine. We have a lower number of children in poverty going hungry, because they have a complete household, and it was done right. So I feel like that those are one of the behaviors that, it kept honor. The women had more pride in their bodies, and so did the men. The men didn't just want to be with anybody either. Just because she had a cute booty and a cute face wasn't enough to say that I am going to spill my seed all over her, all in her. Nah. The wise shaman, the wise man, they picked their women very wisely. They didn't just anybody. No, because they valued themselves and their body enough to where it's like there has to be a standard. For someone who's just led by their lower nature, man, it takes its toll. And honestly, I would like for y'all to go out and ask. Ask the people that are in their 50s and 60s and 70s and ask them how they felt about their sex life. From the ones who are promiscuous, hear the truth, to the ones who were sacred about it. Hear what they have to say about their life. Hear the stories of the things that they encountered. I know I've heard lots of stories, different people, all walks of life. And there is a pattern that I am seeing. And one of my mission here, again, holistic health, divine femininity, is to share this knowledge. I think we have maybe forgotten it or just don't know. But I know as of recent, I've woken up a lot more into being obedient to how I interact. Once upon a time, I was all about everyone should be about free love, and you should be able to want to see everyone be happy and be with everybody. And that was the young hippie, don't Don't know a lot. I knew a lot, but I didn't know a lot. That was saying that. And again, as I've become more mature in my path, in my priestesshood, I recant what I was saying. I recant what I was preaching. I am still an advocate for embracing your sexuality fully and wholly, and having and attracting and being with a partner who is in total agreement with you when it comes to loving you the way that you want to be loved and fulfilled. Having a partner that's open and willing to explore with you. Obviously, in reality, we're not in a world where you're going to only have sex with one person. Those are very few and far between people. Very rare. Unicorns. But you do want, I feel like a lot more people would be better off if they can say more of their encounters and interactions were meaningful and responsible. There will be less children being born to people that don't love them wholly. There will be less relationships drama because we have a standard of discipline and appreciation and self-love with our interactions. This whole you can fuck and be with whoever you want without any consequences is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. And no, it's not just STDs and unwanted pregnancies. We're talking about spiritual battle, spiritual chaos, incubuses and succubuses that are killing people out here because of the vanity that is connected with this culture. They're called 7 deadly sins. Again, I'm spiritual, so all of that's going to be encompassed in the things that I'm saying. And promiscuous holds a lot of if all of the fucking deadly sins, you know? When you think you can go and just be with anyone. It's a lot of pride, isn't it? You know, it's a lot of lust. You don't really love them, but you're lusting them. You're gluttoning because you just want to have it all. Just take it all. Envy, you know, making people jealous and amongst one another, and one wanting what the other one have because they're bragging about things they shouldn't be bragged about. Anger. I mean, just a lot of wrath, you know, like because of all the chaos. It's very dangerous. And when I finally have sat with this, it did take a moment that, you know, is of consideration of if I should even speak about it at all. But again, this is my channel, and this information is to help those of you who have thought about this and who want a whole and healthy sexual life. I hope this was helpful. I hope I was able to give you some food for thought. Please do not feel judged or condemned. Just consider the things that were said. Like, share, subscribe. There's a whole lot more to come. Again, I greet you all and send you off in peace and light and joy. Have a good one. Thank you for listening.